Hey Print Hustlers, Bruce from Printavo here. As everybody knows, COVID-19 is here, it's growing. The coronavirus has no signs of stopping thus far. Bars are being closed, restaurants are being closed, events aren't being able to held over 50. Now they're recommending no groups 10 or plus. Sports are all closing. It's just continually growing and truly shows no sign of stopping. This is having a very, very clear effect on our industry. Thus far, people are definitely seeing canceled orders, their quote pipeline going down. It's going to have a very, very significant effect, much quicker than the 2008-2009 crisis that we had. We've worked really hard to gather a lot of different tips together to be able to help survive this together. It's going to be really important that we share all kinds of tips, tricks, resources, anything that we can find to be able to help survive this together, as we will be able to make it out together too. So, this is not going to last forever. It is going to be something though that is going to be very painful in the near term. So what does this mean for our industry? Well, our president just got up and talked about how a recession is definitely likely because of the macroeconomic effects this virus is having. It's literally shutting down businesses. Certain areas and counties and cities are now even requiring non-essential businesses to completely close. Completely. Now this has already happened in Europe, and these trends are going to continue to evolve just like it happened over there. The government response isn't completely clear just yet, but it does seem that there are some small business lending programs that are being able to happen. There's a bill that's going past. The SBA is going to be giving out loans through their partner banks as well. We're going to talk about that shortly here soon. Now, the last thing that's very important here is this could last for months, easily. Early indications that the White House is saying is that July, August at least. So with that said, we need to prepare for the long term, at least through this year, and how we're going to make it. Your early growth predictions and financial models and anything you put together of where you felt that you were going to be by the end of this year is completely out the window, and now we are creating a new model for how we're going to run our businesses this year. I'm going to give you guys 12 different tips to be able to help work through your business right now and things that you need to help structure. Some of these may be no-brainers, some of these you may not have done yet, but helping just to gather all the different resources that everybody's been posting about. Number one, as we've been advocating for a long time, 100% down payment policy every time, no exception. Cash is king right now. It's extremely important to be able to have cash on hand to be able to survive this pandemic. Number two, develop some sort of sick policy, some sort of paid leave policy if people do get ill. Have that in writing and discuss it with your team. Remember, this virus spreads fast and it spreads really quickly. They're also talking about how it lives on surfaces, right? There's plenty of surfaces that you touch in a shop every single day, and so it's very easy to spread that way. The next thing is clarify your terms and conditions. If orders are canceled at certain pieces in the process, make sure these terms and conditions are on every single invoice that goes out so that it's very clear to new customers that you're working with. Now the flip side is that you are dealing with customers that may be return customers and are good customers and are ones that are going to be around in the future too. By that, don't screw these guys over either, right? Bend the rules a little bit for them because they are going to return to you when everything returns back to normal, and you don't want to piss them off either. The next thing here, number 4, is get paid. Reduce your receivables ASAP. You want to be able to reduce your receivables as much as possible. What this means is that you need to literally get on the phone and reach out to your accounts and speak to them and say, business is tough right now and we could use all the payments that we can to continue to survive through this tough time. They will understand and work to push that through as well. Follow up. Continually follow up. Have somebody dedicated to helping do this. Very important. The flip side is your payables. Work with your vendors to be able to extend any potential payables that you can. So calling them, asking them for terms, asking them for better terms, asking them for better pricing, anything that they can offer. Ask a couple times, follow up if they're busy or can't answer the phone at that time. Everybody is very busy. Just make sure to work with them and be friendly. Obviously, you don't want to sour this relationship, but it is important to get any flexibility out of that as possible. This next part here sucks. Letting go of team members. Unfortunately, this is probably one of your higher expenses other than garments, but furloughs, letting people go, asking people to cut their hours, it's extremely important to be able to get through that tough part now versus dragging it out and doing it later. You want to create a nice, healthy margin and start building up cash. Again, cash is king here. Work with them, especially the people that you really, really value. Try to help tell them that. And then the people that aren't as valuable, that you could help replace them by staying after, working longer hours, printing at night again, just anything that you can do to pick up the slack. It's going to be very, very important. All right, leadership, owners, you guys are going to have to step into. It's reduction of salary, right? It's stepping into have that true conversation that, hey guys, I know this is going to be tough. I'm going to take a cut with you guys and we're in this together. It's something that we're just going to have to step up and do. Just remember, when you're a smaller shop, you're going to have to go back to some of those aspects and just own them and do them yourselves like you used to. The next thing is definitely drive revenue from online stores. Number 8, this is really, really big, as people don't want to gather and or can't. Offer free shipping. Generate a nice web page. Barrel Maker Printing has a great website at barrelmakerprinting.com/COVID-19. Check it out. That's how they're advertising online stores. And it's a great way to be able to not only support local business for your customers, but to also add value to them. Make it easy to get the promotional products that they need and then ship them directly to their end customers so they don't have to worry about any contraction of the virus. The next thing, expenses. Print out literally all of your expenses from your bank account and all the credit cards that you have, lay them on the table, and take a highlighter and highlight anything that potentially that you can cut. Whether it's subscriptions, whether it's utilities, extra lunches, anything like that, you gotta wipe those out and be able to save some extra cash there. Number 10 is equipment. Any large expenditures, leases, presses, anything that requires a large commitment right now, just put on hold. I hate to say this, as we are definitely friends with all the different manufacturers and distributors, but just be very, very conscious of larger expenditures right now. It's very important. Again, going back to cash is king, it's going to give you a stronger position the more cash that you have saved to be able to last the distance here. Lastly here that I want to cover is talking to your banker. Your banker is going to have knowledge of cash that the banks are offering at lower 3-ish to 4-ish interest rate loans. Plus, they're going to have access to SBA loans and be able to help navigate the difficulties of acquiring a loan. Now, this, I would say, is more of an emergency use case, more of a credit line in case you do need to lean on it. For shorter term, more emergency-based expenses, definitely not something that you want to float on, as it can easily destroy your credit and have creditors following you everywhere if you do default on this. A couple other things to keep sales going. Email campaigns. Make sure to stay in front of your customers. Make sure every couple of weeks that you're there, segment them, make them personal, reach out to them specifically, give them a call, write them a thank you note. Just be there, be present with them. If there's canceled orders, maybe offer to ship them to individuals for free. I'm going back to online stores. So important to ramp up online stores. Obviously, we have Printavo merch, which we're going to offer something to be able to help as well, but offer online stores to your customers as a way to help generate more revenue. Then again, the shipping aspect, definitely leverage free shipping to get it out to your customers. Again, free shipping and eating a little bit of that is better than no order at all. And then lastly, if an employee or a team member is sick, make sure that they go home. Don't push it with any risky, behavior of having them keep it there or stay there. It's not worth spreading the virus anymore. And again, we want to try to protect the people that are most at harm with underlying conditions and or just older. If you guys have any other tips or advice or positive words of wisdom, would love to hear you guys. Drop it in the comments below. Let's push through this thing together.